I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. I'm the head coach for JobSearchCoachingHQ.com. That's a site with curated information that you can watch, listen to, or read to help you find work more quickly. In addition, I'm the host of No BS Job Search Advice Radio and Job Search Radio, which are the #1 and 2 podcasts in Apple Podcasts. I also have Job Search TV, a YouTube channel with thousands of videos, is recently named a top 10 YouTube channel for job hunters. Now, I want to talk with you about job leads and how to grow your job leads without having to use a job board. 10 ways. And I'm going to start off by saying there's lots of different ways to connect with people online and to network with people online. And the idea is to don't act like a stalker, to not be one of those people who's manic about reaching out to folks and making them feel nervous. There are searches you can do on Twitter and on LinkedIn to find leaders and organizations that you can connect with and ask questions of. It's a great resource to be able to reach out to someone and just ask them for some advice. Don't ask for a job. I want to be clear about that. When you ask for a job, you wind up with advice. If you ask for advice, sometimes you wind up with a job. So again, ask for some advice, which involves a certain amount of preparation on your part. And once you get the advice, thank them profusely and stay in contact with them to let them know how their advice helps you. #2, and this is a fun one because it does involve a job board, but not in the way that you think about it. Use job boards and job postings as leads, but use the back door into the organization, not the prescribed manner. You see, most of the prescribed manners put you through the meat grinder, the sausage maker, the applicant tracking system. And what you want to do is to find the hiring manager. And in finding that person, they're the ones who are the real decision makers. The front door, if you actually talk to a recruiter, they are a screener. And if you think what a screen does, it filters. The silt, like if you think about the gold rush days and people sitting as like panhandlers by the river looking for gold, they would put a pan into the water and had a screen on top. And the screen was designed to keep the gold on top and the silt and the soot to seep through. That's what HR tends to do when they're screening you. So you actually want to go to the decision maker, not to comply and apply for the job through the system. Third thing, this is a good goal, I think. Meet through 3 new people a week. Now you can do that in a variety of ways, but make connections with 3 new people. And as you talk with them, please don't use an elevator pitch. Practice a conversational statement that describes what you do, but ditch the pitch. You can ask everyone for support when you meet them, but don't ask for a job. Ask them for some advice. And the advice could be about people they might know who are in this field, advice from their experience about finding work, things that they tried. And I'll say from the job hunter's perspective, everything works in job hunting. It just never works as frequently as we would like. We would like a direct 1-to-1 ratio. It just doesn't work that way. So meet 3 new people a week. You want to create a great LinkedIn profile for yourself so that you're drawn to people. The profile has to be keyword rich, because if you think of how people are trying to find one another on LinkedIn, what they're doing is entering keywords into a search engine. And the more expensive the account, the more filtering that they can do, the more options that they have to screen people in or screen people out. So a great LinkedIn profile is very, very helpful. And network on LinkedIn and on Facebook. You can search for people who work at a particular company on Facebook. And obviously not everyone identifies their employer, but certainly a lot do. And what you're able to do is connect with them in that way so that you can start doing some networking. Next thing, join professional associations and actually go to events. If they're local, they're not that expensive. If they're outside your region and you're working, see if your employer will pay for it. It goes a long way to start reaching out to people who you meet at conferences, to start developing relationships that can wind up profiting you and them. Job search clubs is another thing, and support groups. And sometimes people are very amateurish there, and there's someone who's running the club who isn't. And they have a lot of connections in the community. And you want to buddy up with them so that they know, like, trust, and respect you, because they can be a valuable resource for many years to come. Another thing you can do, volunteer. When you volunteer in an organization, you are involved with like-minded people who have an interest in this particular endeavor. And often they're doing this on the side. So you want to be doing this off hours. You don't want to be doing it from 9 to 5 because those people are out of work like you are. You want to get to people who are doing it on the side because they're more likely to have a job, a career, and such that you can wind up networking with them for. Next thing, and this is a little self-serving, but I think it is actually worthwhile for you to hear. Hire a coach. This is not a job for a mentor. A mentor, you want to think of as someone who's coaching you, but what's in it for them to do this? The feel-good stuff? How much time do you think they'll invest in you if you're not paying them something? Now, they could be a friend, a family member, or whomever, and they're willing to invest their time, but that's not a professional mentor. Think in terms of a professional mentor like a coach, someone who has deep expertise. They may have that expertise in your field. They may be able to provide you with introductions and tell you what that organization's looking for, but they don't know the job search process like a coach does. Hire a coach to help you and reach to people who've mentored you in the past for advice and counsel, and maybe they'll provide you with an introduction. Next thing is to stay in contact with everyone you network with or reconnect with, so that in this way they're up to date on your search and they know you're still available. Out of sight, out of mind is one of those famous sayings, and for years you've been out of their mind and out of their sight. You have to continuously be there, like every 4 or 5 weeks, a quick call or even a newsletter to folks who you've reconnected with or connected with, so that they know what you're up to and what you're running into, and it goes a long way. And the last thing is there are professional networking events and industry events. These are the national ones. Initially, I was looking at the local ones. I mentioned national in passing, but I want you to take the time to go to some of the national events, especially if you're in a professional field. If you are aspiring to leadership in your industry, you can't go into it halfway. You have to think of it like a professional, and this is about building a network, not just simply for this job search, but to support your career for many years to come. So I hope you found this helpful. I'm Jeff Altman, the Big Game Hunter. If you're interested in my coaching you, reach out to me on LinkedIn at linkedin.com/IN/the Big Game Hunter. Mention that you saw the video because I like knowing that I'm helping some folks. Once we're connected, message that you're interested in coaching. We'll set up a time for a free discovery call. Also want to mention, I've got a group on Facebook that has nothing to do with job hunting. It's called Career Angles, and it's designed to share advice about being effective in work. Maybe be a little provocative at times, but it's about being effective and successful in your current job with no interest whatsoever in trying to help you change jobs. Hope you have a great day and take care.